Guys, welcome back to Ranger Survival and Fieldcraft. I'm Andrew, and what I have for you today is a short video, a look inside the Level 3 U.S. Army Jungle Warfare Instructor Survival Kit. This is the kit that goes inside the rucksack, inside the assault bag, used for teaching and demonstrating jungle survival skills. Stand by. This type of kit is considered a Level 3 kit, meaning it goes in our rucksack. So take note of a lot of the survival items that aren't part of this small kit. For a jungle warfare survival kit, fire is going to be incredibly important because we can use that fire not only to treat water to make it safe to drink, but we can also use it to signal through the jungle canopy. Right on top for some of our fire items, the first one's going to be that steel wool and 9-volt battery. We also have our little firefly strobe taped to that 9-volt battery, so we can use the battery to get a fire going with the steel wool, but then we can also use the firefly strobe to signal. Steel wool is considered man-made tinder. Another man-made tinder source that we can put as part of our fire kit with this jungle survival kit is cotton balls and Vaseline. Very cheap, easy to use. We can grab the components to make these just about anywhere and then pack them as part of our survival kit for fire starting. Another item that is recommended as part of this kit is just a simple commando wire saw. This is an actual military wire saw, not the one off the shelf, and this comes with a spare saw blade or wire. The handles can be removed. If that first saw breaks, we can replace that wire easily enough. And if we understand how to properly use a commando wire saw, either with the bow saw or buck saw method, and even the toggle method, we can extend the longevity of this saw to take down material for shelter and firecraft. Next, we have some 100-mile-an-hour tape or military duct tape. We can use this for improvisational band-aids on small cuts and lacerations or as a flame extender. Another fire starting device is that spare lighter. We should always have one in our pocket because that's going to be our primary method for getting a fire going, but having a backup is good as well. This one is bright red so we can see it. It's also clear so we can see the fuel inside of the lighter, knowing how much we have left, and we can turn the flame all the way up or all the way down, either to save on fuel or to enhance our chances of getting a fire going first time around. Another fire starting tool, just that magnesium bar and striker. We can make shavings for tinder with the magnesium and then strike it with a small ferro rod attached. Pretty sure there's a stockpile of these somewhere, which is why the Army keeps giving them out. Slowly but surely, the Army is transitioning to the ferro rod, which is the most popular fire starting method for bushcraft and survival. We have thousands and thousands of strikes, even with a small ferro rod just like this one. So we can take out our multi-tool, which should be on our hip anyway, use the back of the saw blade, that 90-degree spine, and just hit it, ignite our tinder with those sparks, and we've got fire. Another recommendation is a Fresnel lens to use the sun's rays to get a fire going. However, under a jungle canopy, that sun is going to be somewhat limited, so we have to choose the right time and place to use this method of fire starting. And that last recommended fire starting tool before we have to go to friction fire off the landscape is just a small container of stormproof matches. Plastic waterproof container. On the bottom it has a striker, and then on the inside every single one of those matches is coated with paraffin wax to help keep it waterproof and protected. Plus we have a spare striker inside so we can make fire. And now for a food gathering item or tool, we have 20-gauge steel wire, approximately 50 feet on this small spool. We can use that wire to create snares as well as improvisational tools to go after small game off the landscape to feed ourselves in a jungle environment. Another food gathering item, fishing line, about 8-pound test, monofilament, low visibility line around a spool. We have approximately 200 yards of fishing line right here that we can do a lot of things with. To go with that fishing line, we have terminal tackle, everything we need to create a good rig, put a line out in the water, and attempt to go after fish that are in those water sources we're bound to encounter in a jungle environment. Inside this small medicine bottle, we have hooks, swivels, sinkers, even a bobber. We also have a small thread bobbin wrapped with extra fishing line, so this small medicine bottle doubles as its own fishing kit if we lose that large spool or if we decide to use all of that line on the spool to make a gill net. So we have a complete fishing kit right here to go after fish and attempt to feed ourselves in that jungle survival situation. And once we get food off the landscape, we need to have water in order to help the digestion process as well as remain hydrated. So we have 2 bottles of iodine tablets. Each bottle will treat 25 quarts of water, so with these 2, we can treat 50 quarts of water. Another recommendation for this jungle survival kit, something to go inside the box, is a small multi-tool or knife. I really like this. Every kit should have some sort of small cutting tool inside it, not just a razor, but some sort of folding knife or some sort of multi-tool like this Leatherman Squirt. It's got the main blade, it's got scissors so we can cut fishing line, we could also cut our nails, a bottle opener, as well as a couple screwdrivers, and then finally those pliers with wire cutters that we can use to cut wire or get a hook out of a fish's mouth. This next item is something I added as a recommendation to this kit. One thing it was missing was some sort of water container. The assumption with this kit is that it's part of our level 3. It's going to be in our rucksack, so we're going to have water containers like canteens with us to treat that water. But if we don't, and this is a standalone kit, we need to have that water bag, 1 quart, so we can actually treat water and make it safe to drink. And then the last item on the bottom of our kit is going to be just a Mylar blanket. This one is green on one side, orange on the other. Both sides will reflect heat efficiently and retain heat if we wrap that blanket around us, but we can use the green side for shelter, and then we can use the orange side for signaling. The military survival strategy is a 3-kit system where we have level 3, all the items like this container and its contents inside of our rucksack because we're going to live out of our rucksack. That's level 3. Level 2, everything on our fighting vest, everything we're going to fight with. Signaling devices, medical aid, ammunition, land navigation, and communications equipment. And then finally, level 1, everything in our pockets. It's our last ditch kit, a knife, way to start fire, and a snack so we can survive on the landscape. Alright guys, well, a very short, very down and dirty video today. I just saw this and I wanted to share it with you as far as jungle warfare training and the survival kits that they recommend to students and soldiers operating in the Indo-PACOM area. So I really hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. I really appreciate your feedback. I want to thank you guys for everything you do for me, for this channel, for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedback, and your shares. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.